AAA standings. One race already complete in the round of 8. Jimmy Johnson with the big win at Martinsville. Denny Hamlin, Matt Kenseth, Kyle Busch, all having decent finishes compared to the other 4 competitors that are still fighting for a spot in the championship 4. Let's go back into the garage and Marty.
And guys, out on the racetrack, you see Joey Logano heading back out on the track. He and his spotter Tab Boyd a moment ago after this last run had a conversation about where the line is moving at Texas Motor Speedway. Listen in.
Tab, for these guys, they starting to creep up the racetrack a little bit. What do you say? Only whenever they're doing a qualifying run, getting up to speed. The highest I've seen are people through the middle. Nobody's above the third lane at all, and most of them are only middle.
But the fact that they are practicing in the middle, certainly a good sign for Sunday's race. We could see race cars all over the racetrack. And, Jeff, that's something as a driver you want to keep up with, isn't it? And also you want to be hoping someone else moves that lane up, not you.
Yeah, that communication is so important, especially in practice as well as a race. But in practice, when you start comparing yourself to other cars and you're running the bottom and other people have moved up, well, no longer you can compare times because they're going to be different times. So it's you have to evaluate how your car drives based on how it feels, and with different groups, you almost have to throw the time away. Because if somebody moves up to the top and picks up 3/10, it looks like they're just stupid faster than you, but you're running the slower line. But one thing interesting about this racetrack, you heard those 2 guys talking about where they're running, but look, there's no lines in the corner. There's no dotted lines. There's no anything to tell a driver what lane he's in, first, second, third, fourth. It does have seams. This racetrack has the seams. You can see it. So a little surprised those guys weren't talking about where other cars were in relation to the seams in the racetrack, because it's very hard to say it's a second, third, or fourth line.
Of Joey Logano, former winner at this track back in 2014. His win at Talladega propelled him into the round of 8. Now trying to fight for another shot at a championship. 11 of Denny Hamlin. Went out earlier, ran a 28-18. This is just his second run of the day. So first run, a qualifying run. See if they have been able to figure out how they can get a little bit faster. They did. 27.94. P2 you heard over the radio. So that qualifying run, a little bit quicker. Not as quick as what we've seen Kyle Larson run.
Yeah, Kyle Larson ran that 27.69. It's very impressive. But Denny Hamlin, you know, it's odd to me that he picked up. It would be interesting to see what kind of tire usage, whether that was a second set of stickers and they're focusing more on the second run on tires, because that's when it's going to be harder to run fast in qualifying, or maybe they just made that many improvements to their car. But either way, second on the board.
0.2 of a second faster than what he had run before.
Yeah, that strikes me as maybe another new set of tires. I can't imagine that they went faster on a set of scuffs, but we'll have to see. We'll know later in qualifying, because they're going to go out back to back and try to run faster the second time.
Well, this game's interesting to me. Like, you know, there's 36 minutes left, and they're still in race trim. You would have thought by now they would have switched over. So that's either a sign they have a great deal of confidence in their car in Q trim, or it's a sign that they do not have much confidence in their car in race trim.
Yeah, or, you know, they're split. When I look at Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano's teammate, who is no longer in the chase, down in 27th, not very fast, has only run 3 laps. I don't know if he's working on qualifying trim. If he is, it's unsuccessful at the moment, because they don't have very much pace in this car at all. So perhaps all of Team Penske's not that good. But then you look at Ryan Blaney in the 21, third on the board. So they're kind of spread all around. We'll have to see what kind of adjustments Joey Logano and this 22 team can make.
A lot of information be going back and forth. As the 47 out on track, A.J. Allmendinger. Allmendinger, 34-year-old out of California.
This team's been on a roll lately. Several top 10s back-to-back.
Martinsville was so good last week, and really, you know, with so much on the line and the big win for Jimmy Johnson, I think this is a team that perhaps didn't get enough exposure at the end of that race, of having such a great car, running out of gas late, forcing the pit, picking up that penalty, having to start at the back of the field. And, you know, Jeff, then it went green from there. There was never a caution for it to recycle and get the 47 back up to the front. I felt bad for AJ. I thought he put together a top 2 or 3 run. Circumstances really robbed him of that run. Really nothing the team did wrong. And it was just, you know, he needed that good finish. He's had a couple runner-ups at Martinsville, and I really think he had a shot at another one last weekend.
Well, it's continuing here. That mock qualifying run right there moved him up to 5th place. So continue to bring that speed.
Allmendinger, 3 straight top 10s, career best stretch. JTG Doherty racing, considering a second car. That's been the rumblings in the garage the past week. Rumblings for the 18 team because of this issue to start off this practice. A backup car for Kyle Busch at Texas, a place where he was able to win a year ago at this track.